right, so if you have Juneteenth off here today, extending your weekend a bit, that's great for you because I think the weather's going to be, somewhat, average, and we're getting used to average around
I was just going to say the bar has actually come down a little bit, Evan.
Yeah, sadly we are holding on to just a hair cooler than average temperatures this afternoon. Not only for this afternoon, but likely for every afternoon this week. So we are going to mainly thank the marine layer for that. That's going to be stretching toward your valley floors, and then as each afternoon comes around, pulling back along the coastline, you're going to be hard pressed to see much clearing, but we do expect at least partial sunshine by the afternoon. If we peak at 69 degrees between about 1 and 3 p.m., that will be 3 degrees cooler than normal. Average is 72, so we'd be 3 degrees cooler than average. We do expect that later on this week, about Tuesday, Wednesday, we'll get a hair warmer and then we'll cool back down again by a hair again. So really there's no more than 5 degrees of fluctuation in terms of your afternoon highs along the coast. Inland, there's a bit more of change, but we are still going to see morning clouds, PM sun for most of your inland valleys. Live look outside for Mount Soledad is beautiful. We're still waiting for that sunrise. It's 5:21. We're not going to see much of it just because of how dense that layer of clouds is. Temperatures are remaining cooler than normal, not only for today, but for a good portion of the week. AM clouds with good chance of PM sun. Haze may still stay in place along the coastline. And then across the mountains and deserts in particular, we are watching for gusty west winds. So what we're going to be seeing this afternoon is that across the mountains and deserts, for the mountains, high profile vehicles should be taking a little bit of extra caution. And for the deserts, blowing dust and sand are considerations. Wind advisory in effect from now all the way through 11 p.m. today across the mountains and deserts in particular. Along the coast and inland, yes, it will be breezy at times. You can see how those gusts pick up to the 10 to 20 mile per hour range, but across the mountains and deserts in particular is where those gusts are going to be most intense. Across your deserts, Borrego Springs, Ocotillo Wells, pushing all the way into Imperial County, we're climbing into 40 to 50 miles per hour as opposed to the 10 to 20 miles per hour that we have along the coast and inland. But you see the direction of those arrows, they are onshore. So you're going to notice that in the marine layer too, because those cooler than average temperatures will stick around along the coast and inland, along with that layer of clouds that then pulls back by the afternoon. Tuesday is also going to be a breezy day. There's a chance that we see this wind advisory issued again for tomorrow. There's also the opportunity that we see it just extended. So extended or reissued, either or, but they both play into the same message that Tuesday and even Wednesday, those are both going to be pretty breezy days as well. Take a look at your afternoon highs. We have a lot more 70s in play than how we started off last week, for example, but it's still cooler than average. So along the coast, while we'd mostly be at 72, inland we'd mostly be between about 75 and 78. We're not going to be there, but Ramona and El Cajon, 75 is that forecast high, so that's something to run with. 68 for Julian, 73 for Alpine, 95 out there for Borrego Springs. Here's what the next 8 days look like. Coastline doesn't fluctuate all that much. Inland will be mainly in the mid 70s out there. A couple times we will climb to the upper 70s, and those clouds remain between now and Saturday. So morning clouds, PM sunshine. Across the mountains and deserts, plenty of sunshine out there, climbing into the 70s by the upcoming weekend. It looks like as we go into next week, we'll see some more notable warming in the forecast, and that means we could be headed toward a bit more of a summer-like trend as we head into next week. Back to you.